Blast me to the mortal realms. It's time for the Mad Merlin's review of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer Encounters 3 Radukar the Wolf by Hachette Partworks and Warhammer. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer video review. Today we are looking at the Encounters Pack 3, featuring Radukar the Wolf from the Soulblight Gravelords range and from the special list, the specialist game Curse City. So first off, a note. So far, everyone I've spoken to who's received this as part of their collection, which is an exclusive subscriber item, has indeed received the wrong size base. So we've got a 32mm base, which should actually be a 40mm base. I've emailed Hachette, haven't heard back from them yet, but I do have spare 40mm bases. I might have to cut the pegs off, but I have spares that I can stick them down onto. Yeah. So, before we dive into the issue, don't forget then to, of course, like the video if you are enjoying the content. And if you are, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. Finally then, don't forget to check all the links in the video description, including the Patreon. And drop me a comment down below. Which of you looked forward to the most out of all of these characters? Personally, it is Encounters 2 with the Warlock Bombardier for me. But yeah, this guy is a nice addition to my collection. I missed out on Curse City. It was cool. I did like the look of it, but it was really hard to get hold of, so I did skip over it. So it's nice though to have this guy to add to my collection and paint up for a change. So yeah, let's take a look inside the issue and see what Radukar the Wolf is all about. So, this is our third encounter pack. I'm hoping we get a fourth. It'd be nice if we get another character for the order side of things. We've had destruction, chaos, and death so far, so it'd be nice if we had one for order. But yeah, here we have a close-up of the frame. He's very few components, as he was a push-fit model for a specialist game. And you can see his head there. Very heavily covered in furs. He's a big, chunky boy. I believe he's half ogre, I think. But yeah, he's a vampire. He has ogre vampire bodyguards. And we have, some nice stony detail on his base there. Yeah, covered in wolf pelts, that's how he gets his name, the wolf. Yeah, pretty cool model. And yeah, we got a 32mm base instead of the 40mm base. So, I'm hoping if we do get a fourth pack that we will get a model that goes on the 32mm base, and we get the 40mm base in that pack. So let's take a look through Encounters Pack 3 then, shall we? So we have a bit of information all about the Soulblight Gravelords. So these are the vampiric legions of Nagash. And we see one of their leaders there, Neferata, who is one of Nagash's Mortarchs. So the common foot soldier of the Soulblight Gravelords is the humble skeleton warrior, or even the zombies. We see the beautiful new Blood Knight model kit. And we see Radukar the Wolf. There's these vampiric zombie ogre bodyguard dudes I was talking about. His sons, who are very wolf-like vampires, and indeed a Vargolf sort of creature there as well. And here we see the necromantic corpse cart. with a host of flesh-eating zombies there, facing off against some warriors of chaos. Moving on, we got a battle record for Radukar the Wolf. So Radukar the Wolf is an ambitious and powerful soul-blight vampire hailing from the realm of death. He earned his ascension to the ranks of the vampiric nobility by slaying the two-headed wolf Vilnas, and he now possesses its savagery, cunning, and predatory instinct. He even turned the two-headed wolf into his coat. Poor guy. So we got a motivation for why he has joined up with the Force and has turned up in the Stormbringer Crusades. We have the beast within there, so the blood of an ancient monstrous wolf runs through his veins, run through the veins of all Virkos vampires, including Radukar. As time goes on, he is transformed into an increasingly savage and sinister creature that is a cross between man and beast. In such a form, he can cut an armoured warrior in two with a single swipe of his claws. So yeah, we do have another model for Radukar, which is Radukar the Beast, which is his transfigured form. So that is a bit of a spoiler though, so yeah. So you got the tick chart for his tactics and the means of hunting, as well as some great deeds he may have done in your games. We got build guide, so he's very simple. He is a push fit model, so angle the arm like this so it remains in place. So it's just pushing into a hole in the cape. We then push the two halves of the body together, put the head in place, and then finally the second wolf head over. And yeah, it shows we should have a 40mm base, but we have been wrongly sent the 32mm. It might be easier to push the two parts of the body together first and then push the arm in, as you'll have a more solid fit. It won't fall out as you try to push the two halves together. Then we're on to our paint guide for Radukar. So, base coat the entire model Coax white. Then we want to pick out the inside of his cloak with Incubi Darkness. His trousers are corn red. His belt with Abaddon black and boots. Same for his hair and the back of the cape. Then pick out the gold metal details on his belt and dagger, plus his sword with runed brass. Catch and flesh for his lower belt, as well as some of the fur detail on his head. Then lead belcher to paint the blade of the sword, as well as the buckle on his second belt there. Then shading the model, so we want to shade Nolan oil all over the wolf pelt, as well as the sword and his trousers and the Incubi Darkness, as well as all our leather details and the brown hat he wears. Then we simply use Agrax Earthshade on the metal and White Flesh Shade to highlight his skin. Then we're starting to layer up, so relayer the trousers of corn red, and then highlight with Squig Orange, Cyberite Green on his cape and cuffs on his coat there, Dawnstone on the dark side of his cape, Balor Brown for his belt, Coax White for the wolf pelts, and finally White Scar. And then you can pick out the fangs in his mouth as well with some White Scar. Then we use Night Quest of Flesh to highlight the fur on his head, and Stormbringer Silver to highlight our metals. We want to paint the rocks of Dawnstone, the vines of Catch and Flesh, the entire base itself with Catch and Flesh. Apply Agrellan Earth. Agrax Earthshade once that has dried. Dry brush the entire the rocks and vines with Corax White. Then the base detail itself was Wraithbone before character and flesh is applied to the rim of the base. And there we have our finished Radukar, and yeah, he looks really impressive. Quite a nice model. You could run some thinned corn red into the scars on the wolf. You could even pick out the fangs, the wolf with Wraithbone perhaps. But yeah, certainly a lot more detail you could add if you wanted to go that far. So we got a profile for Radukar the Wolf here. So he's a mover 6, 4+ save, bravery 10 as he is undead, and wounds 6. So he has the Vikros Barrow Blade, 5 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -1 rend and 2 damage. So he can cast and unbind 1 spell in the hero phase. He has the Hunger, which is a rule all vampires have. So each time it fights after the attack's been resolved, heal a number of wounds equal to the amount of wounds you've inflicted. He has the Vikros Call of the Hunt. So in the combat phase, this unit made a charge. In the same turn, add 1 to its attacks characteristics used by friendly Vikros summonable units while they were in 12 this unit. Doesn't really apply to this as we don't have any units. And then we have Loyal to the Last. So if this unit's within 3 inches of Kosargi Night Guard, that's those ogre dudes. Before you allocate a wound or mortal wound to this unit, instead of making a ward roll for the wound, roll a dice on a 3+, the Kosargi will take it instead. Yeah, a lot of rules this guy has that won't be usable because we don't have the units to protect. Unless our last encounters pack gives us a unit for each of the characters we've had, and that's going to be a very big character pack. Yeah, it would be nice if we had some other stuff for these encounter packs. But yeah, pretty cool. Here we see Radukar and his army facing off against the Skaven in a cursed city. Cursed city, where he came from. Funny. I try to be. But yeah, we have the usual how to photograph your Radukar. And we got a beautiful blood red mountain and cracked earth background there. So if you wanted to paint your base to match up to this, thin down corn red to a really thin level. And yeah, shade that over the Agrellan earth once you've painted it. Yeah, pretty cool. I really do like these character packs. Giving us some great characters and some really in-depth paint guides as well. I'm looking forward to painting my own version, my own Radukar the Wolf. I think I'm going to go build him now as I'm not particularly feeling all that good. Filming 5 videos in a row does that to you when you're not feeling well anyway. But yeah, I will probably be posting this up before issues 47 to 50. So let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. Have you been picking up these encounter packs if you are subscribed? Let me know, as I mentioned, your favourite one. Personally, mine is, of course, the Skaven. I'm always going to be biased towards the Skaven. But I do kind of like Radukar the Wolf, and I really did enjoy the Tyrant as well. He was a fantastic character pack. The model I've always wanted to paint as well, which was a nice change. I really hope we do get a 4th one. We've had one every 20 issues or so. So I reckon we'll probably get another one around the issue 70 mark. So yeah, what that will be, I'm not too sure. If this base is to go on, what it will be. The only thing I can think of that I'd like to see that's on a 32mm base would be the High Gladiatrix from the Daughters of Cain. She came out in a box versus Slanesh, I think it was. But yeah, really cool model, standing on a piece of ruin with a giant whip coiling all the way around her. Should be a really nice model to add to the order side of things. I'll have to have another think. I'll look through some of the other factions. It could be a Fire Slayer model, perhaps. They're mostly all on 32 mils. Could be something else Caradron related. But I'd definitely like it to be from a faction on the order side that we haven't got in the main collection. So you can drop your theories in the comment section down below. But until next time, I'm off to rest my voice. Stay safe and happy hobbying. Thank you and goodbye.